The NFL's most polarizing figure, Tom Brady. Loved by some, hated by many, his journey is nothing short of legendary. But before the 7 Super Bowls and MVPs, Brady was the quarterback no one believed in. From being a 6th-round pick to a future Hall of Famer, his rise redefines what it means to be a champion. How did a player who no one wanted become the most dominant force in football? Let's dive into the epic journey of Tom Brady. Tom Brady's time at the University of Michigan wasn't exactly the glamorous start you'd expect from a future NFL legend. In 1995, when Brady first stepped onto the Michigan campus, he was just another quarterback in a sea of talented players. In fact, he wasn't even close to starting. Let's set the stage here. Brady was 7th on the depth chart. 7th. For a guy who had dreams of playing in the NFL, this was a massive wake-up call. Imagine being in his shoes watching 6 other quarterbacks get the attention, get the reps, and get the chances, while you're sidelined, wondering if you'll even have a career. Brady wasn't the fastest, wasn't the strongest, and frankly, wasn't the most talented on paper. His physical attributes didn't stand out compared to his teammates. He didn't have a rocket arm or blazing speed, and by the standards of college football, he was just okay. Not exactly the stuff of NFL dreams, right? But here's the thing about Brady: he wasn't just any athlete. He was mentally tougher than most. If you ask any player who's ever made it to the highest levels of their sport, they'll tell you that mental strength is what separates the good from the great. Brady knew this. He knew that if he wanted to climb the ranks and get a shot, he would have to outwork everyone. Not just in practice, but in the film room, the weight room, and in every aspect of his life. In his first year, Brady was redshirted, meaning he didn't play any games. It's a common practice for freshman athletes, but for someone as competitive as Brady, it was a test of patience and perseverance. He had to swallow his pride and accept that his time would come later if he worked for it. So, while others enjoyed the spotlight, Brady focused on getting better. He spent hours throwing extra passes, studying the playbook, and mentally preparing himself for when his name would finally be called. The journey, though, wasn't just about hard work. It was about dealing with doubt. Brady had to endure constant questioning: was he good enough? Would he ever start for Michigan? The coaches weren't sure, the media wasn't sure, and even some of his teammates weren't sure. But Brady? He knew he could do it. Even when he wasn't seeing the field, his belief in himself never wavered. He learned early on that the only opinion that truly mattered was his own. And that belief would be tested time and again at Michigan. Because while Brady was grinding, there was someone else already being prepped as the star of the team, a young quarterback named Drew Henson. Now, let's talk about Drew Henson. If you were a Michigan fan in the late 90s, you probably heard the name Henson as much as Brady. Henson was a big deal, an all-American high school athlete, a highly touted recruit, and a guy with all the physical gifts Brady lacked. He was the future of Michigan football, or at least that's what everyone thought. And so began one of the most defining battles of Brady's career. Every athlete faces competition, but Brady's rivalry with Henson was something else. You see, Henson wasn't just another quarterback. He was the next big thing, a dual sports star who excelled in both football and baseball. While Brady had to fight to prove himself, Henson had the spotlight on him from the start. Coaches, fans, and even the media were eager to see Henson take the reins of the Wolverines' offense. But Brady wasn't going to back down. He knew he wasn't as naturally gifted as Henson, but he also knew that football is more than just physical talent. It's about preparation, mental toughness, and decision-making. And Brady excelled in all those areas. For 2 years, the competition between Brady and Henson was fierce. The coaching staff even went so far as to alternate between the two during games. Imagine that, being pulled in and out of games, never knowing if you'll finish or if your competitor will take over. It's a situation that could break a player's confidence. But Brady? He stayed calm, stayed focused, and continued to perform whenever he was on the field. That mental toughness is what separated Brady from so many other players. He didn't let the pressure get to him. He didn't get caught up in the hype surrounding Henson. Instead, he focused on what he could control: his own preparation and performance. When his number was called, Brady delivered. And he did it time and again. In 1998, Brady finally earned the starting quarterback role for Michigan. But even then, it wasn't smooth sailing. The competition with Henson continued, with the coaches still alternating between the two at times. It would have been easy for Brady to get frustrated, to feel like he wasn't being given a fair shot. But that's not who he is. Instead, he used the situation as fuel to prove himself even more. By the time the 1999 season rolled around, Brady had firmly established himself as Michigan's starter, though the shadow of Henson still loomed. But Brady wasn't about to let anyone or anything distract him from his goals. His senior year would be the true test of all the hard work and perseverance he'd put in. One of the most defining moments of his college career came during the Orange Bowl in 1999. Michigan faced off against Alabama, and it was a game for the ages. With Michigan down, Brady led one of the most memorable comebacks in college football history. He threw for 369 yards and 4 touchdowns, helping Michigan clinch the victory in overtime. That game wasn't just about winning, it was about Brady proving to the world that he could lead under pressure, that he could be trusted in the big moments. Brady's ability to stay calm, make quick decisions, and rise to the occasion would become hallmarks of his career, not just in college, but in the NFL. But what many people don't realize is that it was games like the Orange Bowl that set the stage for Brady's future greatness. Those moments of clutch play didn't just happen in the NFL, they were built through years of grinding, competing, and learning at Michigan. Still, despite his success, Brady didn't leave college as a star. He didn't have the gaudy stats of some of his peers, and he wasn't winning Heisman trophies. But what he did have was something far more valuable: experience overcoming adversity, an unshakable work ethic, and a mental toughness that no one could deny. When Brady declared for the NFL draft, he wasn't on anyone's radar as a top pick. Sure, he had moments of brilliance at Michigan, but he wasn't seen as a can't-miss prospect. In fact, many scouts questioned whether he had the physical tools to make it in the NFL. He wasn't fast, his arm strength was average, and his college numbers didn't jump off the page. But what those scouts couldn't measure was Brady's heart, his mind, and his ability to win under pressure. And those were the qualities that would eventually turn him into the greatest quarterback of all time. Brady's college career didn't end with him being celebrated as a top NFL prospect. In fact, he'd be taken as the 199th pick in the 2000 NFL Draft. But that's a story for the next chapter. What's important to remember about Brady's time at Michigan is that it built the foundation for everything that was to come. He learned how to battle through adversity, how to win despite the odds, and how to stay focused no matter what the critics said. If you're loving this deep dive into Tom Brady's career, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more. Let's take a moment to talk about one of the most infamous moments in NFL draft history: Tom Brady being selected 199th overall in the 6th round of the 2000 NFL Draft. For a guy who would eventually become the face of the league, no one saw it coming. In fact, Brady was seen by most teams as a long shot, someone might just make the roster as a backup if things went well. No one looked at Tom Brady and thought, this is the next big thing. Think about it, 199 players were chosen before Brady. That's a long wait for someone who dreamed of being an NFL star. And Brady's scouting report wasn't doing him any favors. He wasn't the fastest guy. He didn't have the strongest arm. His body wasn't exactly built like a typical quarterback either. The now iconic draft photo of Brady standing shirtless looks more like a regular college kid than a future football icon. If you're a scout at the time, it was easy to see why Brady wasn't a priority pick. But what the scouts didn't see was the heart, the determination, and the mind that set Brady apart from everyone else. He had been overlooked before. Remember his struggles at Michigan, and being passed over in the draft wasn't going to shake him. In fact, it would be one of the key moments that fueled his career. Being the 199th pick gave Brady that infamous chip on his shoulder, and he carried it with him for the rest of his career. Every time someone doubted him, he remembered how he was overlooked. The New England Patriots were the team that took a chance on Brady, but even they didn't fully realize what they had. Brady was brought in to back up Drew Bledsoe, the established starting quarterback. He wasn't expected to see much action, let alone lead the team. But as we all know now, fate had other plans. This moment in the draft wasn't just a turning point in Brady's career, it was a wake-up call for the entire NFL. Sometimes, it's not about physical attributes or flashy stats. Sometimes, it's about grit, intelligence, and an unrelenting work ethic. And Tom Brady had all of those in spades. Sometimes, opportunity knocks when you least expect it, and for Tom Brady, that knock came in the 2001 NFL season. Up until that point, Brady had been a backup, quietly working behind the scenes while Drew Bledsoe, the Patriots' star quarterback, held the starting role. Bledsoe was the franchise guy, the face of the team, and no one was questioning his spot. But as football often reminds us, things can change in the blink of an eye. That change came in Week 2 of the 2001 season. During a game against the New York Jets, Bledsoe took a brutal hit from linebacker Mo Lewis, which left him with internal bleeding and a serious injury that sidelined him indefinitely. Suddenly, the Patriots found themselves without their star quarterback, and in a moment that would alter the course of NFL history, the reins were handed to Tom Brady. For Brady, this was the opportunity he had been waiting for. He had spent his rookie year learning, preparing, and, most importantly, staying ready for a moment like this. When his time came, Brady didn't hesitate. He stepped into the starting role and didn't just manage the team, he elevated it. Under Brady's leadership, the Patriots went on to finish the season with an impressive 11-5 record. Not bad for a guy who had started the year as the backup quarterback. Brady's cool demeanor on the field, combined with his quick decision-making and ability to execute under pressure, made him an instant leader. But what stood out the most was his ability to win. Brady didn't need flashy stats or highlight reel plays, he just found ways to win games, and in the NFL, that's all that matters. As the Patriots entered the playoffs, Brady's leadership became even more evident. He led the team through tough matchups, all the way to Super Bowl 36, where they faced the heavily favored St. Louis Rams, known as the greatest show on turf. The Rams' high-powered offense was expected to overwhelm the Patriots, but Brady had other plans. In what would become a signature moment of his career, Brady led a game-winning drive in the final minutes of the Super Bowl. With the score tied and just over a minute left on the clock, Brady calmly marched the Patriots down the field, setting up a last-second Adam Vinatieri field goal to seal a stunning 2017 victory. Just like that, Tom Brady went from an unknown backup to a Super Bowl champion. At only 24 years old, he was named Super Bowl MVP, making him the youngest quarterback at the time to ever win the award. The 2001 season wasn't just about winning a championship, it was the birth of a dynasty. Tom Brady had taken his opportunity and turned it into something extraordinary. And for the Patriots, this was just the beginning. Winning Super Bowl 36 in 2001 was just the beginning for Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. What followed was a remarkable period of dominance that turned the Patriots into an NFL powerhouse and established Brady as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. From 2001 to 2004, the Patriots built the foundation of what would become a dynasty, winning 2 more Super Bowls and solidifying their place as the top team in the league. After their unexpected triumph in 2001, no one could have predicted that the Patriots were on the verge of something historic. The following season in 2002 saw some ups and downs as the team missed the playoffs, but that setback only fueled their hunger for success. By the time the 2003 season rolled around, the Patriots were ready to reclaim their spot at the top. In 2003, Brady led the Patriots to an incredible 14-2 record, and the team's defense was also a force to be reckoned with, but it was Brady's leadership and cool-headedness in crucial moments that made the difference. Throughout the season, Brady's ability to read defenses and make quick, smart decisions became his signature style. He wasn't the flashiest quarterback, but he was the most efficient, and he knew how to win no matter the circumstances. Brady's calm under pressure was never more apparent than in the 2003 playoffs, where he led the Patriots to the AFC Championship game and eventually to Super Bowl 38. In the Super Bowl, they faced the Carolina Panthers, a tough and gritty opponent. The game turned out to be a nail-biter, with both teams trading blows in the second half. Once again, the game came down to Brady's ability to perform in the clutch. With the score tied late in the fourth quarter, Brady orchestrated a game-winning drive, just as he had done 2 years earlier. His precise passes moved the Patriots into field goal range, and Adam Vinatieri kicked the winning field goal as time expired, giving the Patriots a 32-29 victory. Brady earned his second Super Bowl ring and was named the Super Bowl MVP for the second time, further cementing his growing legacy. But the Patriots weren't done yet. In 2004, they came back even stronger. Once again, Brady led the team to a 14-2 record, proving that their success wasn't a fluke. Brady's poise and leadership were on full display throughout the season, especially in high-pressure situations. He had a unique ability to remain calm, read defenses like a chess master, and deliver the ball exactly where it needed to be. In the playoffs, the Patriots marched back to the Super Bowl, this time facing the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 39. Just like in previous years, the game was a close one, but Brady's ability to manage the clock and make clutch throws led the Patriots to a 24-21 victory. The Patriots had now won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, an achievement few teams in NFL history could match. This period, from 2001 to 2004, defined the early stages of the Patriots dynasty. What set Brady apart during this time wasn't just his talent but his ability to stay composed no matter how intense the situation. His calmness in high-stress moments became legendary. Whether it was leading a game-winning drive with seconds left on the clock or making pinpoint throws in tight windows, Brady always seemed to find a way to win. During these years, Brady also developed a reputation for his meticulous preparation. He He was known for spending countless hours studying film, understanding every nuance of the game, and preparing for every possible scenario. This dedication to his craft, combined with his natural leadership abilities, made Brady not only a great quarterback but also the perfect leader for a team that was built on discipline, teamwork, and resilience. By the end of 2004, the Patriots were no longer just a good team, they were a dynasty, and Tom Brady was the face of that dynasty. His 3 Super Bowl rings in 4 years, combined with his calm under pressure and unmatched work ethic, had transformed him into one of the most respected and feared players in the league. The Patriots' reign had just begun, and Brady was the undisputed leader of the pack. The relationship between Tom Brady and Bill Belichick wasn't just any coach-player dynamic, it was the foundation of the Patriots dynasty. Together, they formed one of the most iconic and successful duos in NFL history. Brady's incredible work ethic, discipline, and mental toughness aligned perfectly with Belichick's strategic brilliance and no-nonsense approach to coaching. It was a partnership built on mutual respect, shared goals, and a relentless pursuit of success. Belichick is often hailed as a defensive mastermind, and his ability to craft game plans that neutralized opponents was legendary. But what made the Brady-Belichick duo so special was the way they complemented each other. Belichick may have been known for his defense, but he trusted Brady to run the offense with precision. And while Brady wasn't the flashiest quarterback, his football IQ and decision-making skills meshed perfectly with Belichick's vision for the team. The success of this partnership came down to one key factor: discipline. Both Brady and Belichick approached the game with an unmatched level of focus and attention to detail. For Brady, that meant hours of film study, endless preparation, and constantly working to improve even after winning championships. For Belichick, it meant designing complex defensive schemes, scouting opponents relentlessly, and demanding excellence from his players at all times. What made their partnership work so well was their shared understanding of what it took to win. Neither was satisfied with past success. Even after winning multiple Super Bowls, Brady and Belichick never rested on their laurels. They approached each season with the same hunger, the same drive to prove themselves again and again. For them, the process was just as important as the results. Throughout the 2001 to 2004 period, Brady and Belichick worked in perfect harmony. Belichick trusted Brady to execute the game plan flawlessly, and Brady had full confidence in Belichick's leadership and strategies. Their partnership wasn't without challenges. There were always debates, disagreements, and adjustments, but the respect they had for one another kept the team on track. Belichick often praised Brady's ability to stay calm under pressure and make smart decisions, while Brady frequently credited Belichick for putting the team in the best position to win. It wasn't just about talent, it was about preparation, discipline, and a shared belief that no obstacle was too big to overcome. Their combined efforts laid the foundation for the Patriots' sustained success. With Brady at the helm and Belichick on the sidelines, the Patriots created a culture of excellence that other teams could only envy. This was a dynasty built on teamwork, trust, and an unyielding commitment to winning. By the time 2004 ended, Brady and Belichick had already cemented their place in NFL history. Together, they had led the Patriots to 3 Super Bowl titles, and their partnership was only getting stronger. The coach-player relationship between these two legends became the gold standard in professional sports, and it showed no signs of slowing down. Tom Brady's rise to greatness wasn't without its challenges. In fact, the early years of his career were marked by several moments that tested his resilience and determination. While he had quickly ascended to the role of starting quarterback and won multiple Super Bowls, there were still plenty of doubters who questioned his abilities. And like every athlete, Brady faced injuries and setbacks that threatened to derail his career. One of the first major challenges came with the growing expectations following his initial success. After his rapid rise to the starting quarterback role and a Super Bowl win in 2001, the pressure was on. Could Brady sustain his early success, or had he simply been lucky? Critics often pointed to his relatively modest physical skills. His arm strength wasn't elite, and he didn't have the speed or mobility of other top quarterbacks. Pundits questioned whether Brady was truly the driving force behind the Patriots' success, or if he was simply a product of Bill Belichick's system. But Brady didn't let the noise distract him. He used the doubts as fuel, turning every criticism into motivation to prove his worth. His relentless work ethic became the stuff of legend. He was constantly looking for ways to improve, whether through film study, extra reps in practice, or refining his mechanics. For Brady, every challenge was an opportunity to get better. In addition to the external pressure, Brady also had to deal with physical challenges. One of the biggest tests came in the form of injuries. While he was remarkably durable throughout most of his career, the early 2000s saw Brady deal with a few nagging injuries that could have slowed him down. Instead, he approached recovery with the same focus and determination that he applied to the rest of his game. For Brady, setbacks were never excuses, they were just bumps in the road on the way to greater success. Through it all, Brady's resilience shone through. Every time he faced adversity, he found a way to bounce back stronger. His ability to remain calm under pressure and rise above challenges became one of his defining traits. Whether it was dealing with the critics or battling injuries, Brady always found a way to persevere, and his early years in the NFL set the tone for the rest of his legendary career. After spending 20 years with the New England Patriots, Tom Brady shocked the football world when he announced his decision to leave the team and sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2020. For 2 decades, Brady and the Patriots had been synonymous with success, and his partnership with Bill Belichick was the cornerstone of the Patriots dynasty. So why, after winning 6 Super Bowl titles, would Brady make such a bold move? It all boiled down to a need for change. Brady had accomplished everything imaginable in New England. He had broken records, lifted multiple trophies, and firmly established himself as the greatest quarterback of all time. But by 2019, it became clear that Brady was looking for something different. His relationship with Belichick, though respectful, had grown more businesslike over the years, and there was a sense that Brady wanted more control and a fresh environment where he could prove himself once again. The decision to join the Buccaneers was met with widespread skepticism. Brady was 42 years old at the time, and many questioned whether he could still compete at the highest level, especially outside the Patriots system. The prevailing narrative was that Brady's success was largely due to Belichick's coaching, and the idea of him thriving with a new team, especially one that hadn't been to the playoffs in over a decade, seemed far-fetched. Critics wondered, could Brady win without Belichick? Could he adapt to a new team, a new system, and a new coach, Bruce Arians, known for his aggressive, pass-heavy offense? More importantly, could he defy the inevitable decline that comes with age? But if there's one thing we know about Tom Brady, it's that he thrives on doubt. He saw the move to Tampa as an opportunity to silence his critics once again and prove that his success wasn't just a product of the Patriots system, but the result of his own relentless drive and leadership. Brady didn't just want to compete, he wanted to win at the highest level, and he believed the Buccaneers gave him the best chance to do just that. As Brady prepared for his first season in Tampa, the football world watched closely. Could the GOAT continue his winning ways in a completely new environment? Brady's next chapter was about to unfold, and it would be one of the most remarkable stories in NFL history. Tom Brady's first season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2020 was nothing short of spectacular. At 43 years old, Brady was entering uncharted territory for an NFL quarterback, but from the very beginning, it was clear that he wasn't just there to play, he was there to win. Despite joining a new team, with a new system, and without the benefit of a typical offseason due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Brady made an immediate impact on the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers had long been viewed as a team with potential but had failed to live up to expectations for years. With a roster full of talented players like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and the emerging star Devin White, they had all the pieces, but they lacked the leadership and championship mentality that Brady brought with him. More than just his talent on the field, Brady injected a winning culture into the locker room. His presence alone raised the expectations and the standards for everyone around him. The regular season wasn't without its challenges. There were moments when the Buccaneers looked shaky, and critics wondered if Brady could truly thrive in Bruce Arians' aggressive offense, which favored deep passes and risk-taking. However, as the season progressed, Brady's chemistry with his teammates grew, and the Buccaneers began to click. They finished the regular season with an 11-5 record, securing a playoff berth as a wild card team. Once the playoffs began, something magical happened. Tom Brady turned on the postseason switch that had defined his career. In the NFC playoffs, the Buccaneers took down the Washington football team, the New Orleans Saints, and the Green Bay Packers, the latter of which featured an epic showdown between Brady and Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Championship game. With each win, it became clearer that Brady had transformed the Buccaneers into legitimate Super Bowl contenders. Then came Super Bowl 55, where the Buccaneers faced off against the Kansas City Chiefs and their star quarterback Patrick Mahomes, the reigning Super Bowl champions. The Chiefs were heavily favored, but Brady had other plans. In one of the most dominant Super Bowl performances in recent memory, Brady led the Buccaneers to a convincing 31-9 victory, dismantling the Chiefs' high-powered offense and outclassing Mahomes at every turn. Brady was named the Super Bowl MVP for a record 5th time, and the win gave him his 7th Super Bowl ring, more than any single NFL franchise. At 43, Brady defied every expectation about what an aging quarterback could accomplish. His ability to lead a team of young players to a championship in his very first season with the Buccaneers was nothing short of remarkable. The 2020 season wasn't just a new chapter for Tom Brady, it was a statement. He had proven, once again, that he could win anywhere, with any team, under any circumstances. The GOAT conversation was no longer even a debate. Brady had solidified his place in history. Even after his incredible victory in Super Bowl 55, Tom Brady continued to defy the expectations that come with age. At a time when most quarterbacks would have already retired, Brady was not only still playing, he was excelling at the highest level. In the 2021 season, Brady turned 44 years old, but if you looked at his performance, you would never have guessed his age. Brady didn't just play well, he played at an MVP level. In 2021, he threw for over 5,000 yards, becoming only the second quarterback in NFL history to do so at that age. To put it in perspective, many younger quarterbacks struggle to reach those numbers in their prime, yet Brady was achieving it while nearing his mid-40s. He also threw for 43 touchdowns, proving that he could still compete with, and even outperform, the best in the league. What made Brady's longevity so impressive wasn't just the numbers, it was how he continued to evolve his game. Throughout his career, Brady was never the most mobile quarterback, but his ability to read defenses, make quick decisions, and get the ball out of his hands swiftly allowed him to remain effective even as he aged. He constantly adapted, refining his mechanics, nutrition, and training regimen to extend his career far beyond what anyone thought possible. The 2021 season was a testament to that. Despite his age, Brady led the Buccaneers to a 13-4 record, earning another division title and securing a place in the playoffs. Though Tampa Bay didn't win another Super Bowl that year, Brady's performance was a clear reminder that he still belonged among the league's elite quarterbacks. Brady's longevity wasn't just a physical achievement, it was a mental one. His focus, discipline, and relentless desire to compete never waned, even as he broke records for the oldest player to reach certain milestones. Year after year, Brady shattered the expectations of what an NFL quarterback's career could look like. As Brady continued to play at an elite level in his final years with Tampa Bay, he set a new standard for longevity in professional sports. His commitment to excellence, even in his 40s, was an incredible feat that fans, players, and coaches alike couldn't help but marvel at. Tom Brady's success with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did more than just add another chapter to his storied career, it built a new legacy. By leaving the New England Patriots after 20 years and thriving in Tampa Bay, Brady proved what many had questioned for years, that his greatness transcended the system he had thrived in under Bill Belichick. Brady wasn't just a product of a winning system, he was the driving force behind it. With the Buccaneers, Brady showed that his leadership, preparation, and unmatched ability to perform in clutch moments could transform any team. He turned a franchise that hadn't made the playoffs in over a decade into Super Bowl champions in his first season. This success erased any doubt that Brady's greatness was dependent on the Patriots system. He had, once again, elevated a team to the pinnacle of the NFL. By doing so, Brady cemented his status as the GOAT, greatest of all time. His ability to succeed with two different franchises, under different coaches, and well into his 40s was unprecedented. Brady's legacy with the Buccaneers proved that no matter where or how he played, he would always find a way to win, and that's what made him truly legendary. If you're inspired by Tom Brady's incredible journey, hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing sports stories. Tom Brady's career is a testament to resilience, adaptability, and an unrelenting desire for greatness. From his early struggles at Michigan to his reign with the Patriots, and finally his triumphant years with the Buccaneers, Brady redefined what it means to be a champion. His 7 Super Bowl titles, countless records, and ability to win in any system solidified his legacy as the greatest of all time.